Thank you for tuning in to another episode on the Scouse Oracle. If you can hit that subscribe button, as always, it would be very much appreciated. I'd like to say a big welcome to all my new subscribers. Today, I do want to be talking about the response I've received from the Ministry of Defence. Now, I've only received the response this morning. So, as always, I've said whenever I get any responses, I will be sharing all the details with you. So first of all, I want to ask you what I requested. It was a copy of any data protection impact assessment conducted for the digital veteran card, or any document confirming whether the data protection impact assessment has been completed. I asked for any data protection impact assessment updates or addendums relating to the inclusion of the digital veteran card within gov.uk one login. I asked for any correspondence or internal memos discussing publication or redaction of the data protection impact assessment. I asked for confirmation of the current certification status of the gov.uk one login under the UK Digital Identity and Attributes Trust framework, including the date of any lapse or recertification. I asked for any correspondence between the Cabinet Office, the GDDS and the Information Commissioner's Office, the ICO, relating to the data protection impact assessment, certification or data protection risks for the digital veteran card. And for me, that covered everything. That was very detailed. For me, that kind of backed them into a corner in a way where they could only respond and it would only show us whether they have or they haven't got it. So here's the response. The Ministry of Defence confirms they do hold the information. Now, let me be very clear. I've just told you what I've requested, and the response that they have said is they hold the information in which I've requested. They haven't specifically said which, but they've explicitly confirmed that they do hold documents relating to the data protection impact assessment for the digital veteran card, addendums relating to the integration of the veteran card into the gov.uk one login, internal emails and discussions, certification status documents under the Digital Identity and Attributes Trust framework, and correspondence with the Cabinet Office, GDS and the ICO. So for me, they're not denying existence of the programme. They did not say that no such documents exist. So for me, this is confirmation that the digital veteran card is being tied to a wider digital identity infrastructure, basically confirming what we've been suspecting and what I've been disclosing. And they applied a defence exemption. So they used section 26. So section 26 of the Freedom of Information Act is only used when information could affect defence operations, security systems, identity infrastructure used by military personnel, digital identity verification and credential systems linked to defence. So just bear that in mind, and if you've been following me for a while, all the information I've already disclosed and what we've talked about and the way I've been passed pillar to post through departments, and the way this veteran card's being rolled out as a pilot is just being able to streamline services. Would you think that this was a national security risk and not being able to disclose a data protection impact assessment? So that's normally a routine thing to do and to release to the public. So using a defence exemption suggests the material intersects with sensitivity, identity systems and infrastructure beyond a simple veteran card. So they triggered, and this isn't the end of it, by the way, so they triggered the public interest test, and I've had this before happen in regards to when I've been digging into the PPE. So the public interest test, the MOD have invoked it, so it adds an additional 20 working days. To be honest, I have had it previously happen where they've said they're invoking the public interest test, and then they've also then given me the response of that test within the time frame. But they've triggered an additional 20 working days because they said this is used when the information could cause significant public debate, expose emergent digital identity integrations, reveal details of contractors' systems or vulnerabilities, and show the connection between defense identity systems and the wider one login framework. So this delay signal, signals that the documents contain details that they are deciding how much to redact or withhold. So why I feel like this matters is the veteran identity systems are being integrated, like I've shown, and it's into civilian gov.uk one login framework. So that data protection impact assessments and related documents contain sensitive information. So there's active correspondence between the MOD, the Cabinet Office and the GDS about this integration, and the MOD believes releasing the details could affect defence-related digital systems. This contradicts, as I was saying, the messaging surrounding the digital ID, that it's simple, it's harmless, it's an isolated thing. But behind closed doors, you've got the Ministry of Defence treating it as a defence matter. Something doesn't really add up in terms of what they're saying and what they're saying it is. And then when you're asking for transparency, these are the responses that we're getting. So this response has revealed that the digital identity system is being connected across civilian and defence sectors. The integration work is real and documented, and the MOD is prioritising protecting the identity infrastructure over public transparency. And they could, in 20 days, release further information. We will see. As always, I'll bring that forth to you when I receive that response from them. And I think, given that they've requested the extra 20 days, it gives them time. What's going on within these next 20 days? Keep an eye out in the mainstream media, because this strengthens the broader investigative narrative that the digital ID rollout is quietly expanding into areas that the public haven't been informed about, and the departments are withholding key documents due to their sensitivity. So the MOD's use of the defence exemption, confirmation that they hold some documents that I've been asking for, and then the additional delay, clearly indicate that the digital veteran card integration into the one login and the wider digital ID architecture is more significant and sensitive than what they are making it out to be.